Yeah, and I'm absolutely delighted that this week on Cando FM Sportzone show, we've got the returning Dan Hayes, who's returned from his exploits in London, running the London Marathon. How are you doing, Dan, and how do you feel at the moment?
I'm back to normal now, near enough. Walking around a bit like John Wayne the last couple of days with stiff legs, but absolutely brilliant, fine otherwise. Thank you.
Now, last time we spoke, Dan, we talked about all of the sort of types of events that you'd participated in and some of the reasons why you actually started to do that. So just for the benefit of the listeners who may not have seen that first interview, can you just give us a little bit of background as to why you got into this Motor Neurone charity stuff and all of the things that you've been doing over the years?
Yeah, of course. As I said, my close family friend, Gordon Cooney, was diagnosed with motor neurons in 2016. And me and my good friend, Matt Robson, said we wanted to try and fundraise and spread awareness. So we thought, well, we've never done a marathon. We've done a half marathon each. Let's push ourselves and try a full marathon. So we did that, and we raised £3,000 for that one marathon, and we were blown away. So Matt, being a little nutter that he is, he's like, right, let's go one bigger. Let's go and do 17 challenges for 2017. So we're like, all right, each? Yeah. So, right, okay, I'm in with you. So we picked our own 17 challenges each. So we all did like different runs, like 3 half marathons in 3 days, and skydives, marathons, Great North Run, Great North Swim, anything to spread awareness. And we did the Great North Running as dressed as Dumb and Dumber in the orange and blue tuxedos, just to spread awareness. And we did different fundraising activities. We were blown away. By the end of the year, we raised £19,000 between us both. Since then, Matt has gone and helped. He's a big helper for MND. He goes around and does like respites to help people through the day, give support. I've gone down the different road of me just being an idiot and still try to do loads of fundraising and do what I can to spread awareness. And this is where I'm still going now. Hence why I'm still running around and doing different things.
Yeah, absolutely fabulous stuff, Dan. But I just want to concentrate this interview now on the sort of process, how you get involved in the London Marathon, yeah? And then we'll talk a little bit later on about the rugby shirt that you've been auctioning for the Rob Burrows Fund as well, Motor Neurone Disease. Okay, mate. So you've done the London Marathon before, haven't you, Dan?
I have. I've done it twice before.
Right, okay. So just for the benefit of the listeners, if anyone out there is interested in running the London Marathon, what's the first thing you have to do to apply? How do you go about the application process?
So if you want to apply, I recommend everybody have a go and try and apply for it. It's a one-off experience that you'll never forget. You type in London Marathon ballot on Google, and then there's a process where you just follow the links, sign yourself up, tell them about yourself, what you do, why you want to run, if there's any particular charities you'd like to run for, and then you try and get put into like a ballot for a chance to do it. But if you're not successful and you're really passionate about trying to be in the London Marathon, there's different ways you can go through the particular charities because they get given charity places. Motor Neurons have been fantastic with me because I got a charity place because I didn't get a ballot place. I rang them up and said, I really want to do this one more time for you. And it's quite important for me because of what's happened. And I haven't really had time and I really need to do something for you. So, and I got in.
So I'm assuming down the ballot route, then there must be a lot of people who are trying to get into. And how many do they allow to run? Is it about 40,000 or something? Or
I think there was about 50,000 people this year, but 100,000 apply. I mean, me and my wife have applied for the ballot 4, 5, 6 times now, and never been successful.
Right.
But I know people from Barrow who have been very successful, so it's just the luck of the draw.
Right. But you've always been able to get through the charitable Motor Neurone Disease Trust sort of thing. That's got you into the London Marathon, yeah?
Yep.
Right, okay. Now, so let's just take last week then, Dan. You're getting ready for the marathon. Did you do any training?
Well, everything's been put on sidetrack. I've since become a dad again.
All right, yeah. Congratulations, mate.
So I've had my hands full, shall we say.
I bet you have.
So I'm not gonna lie, I have not done the proper training, and it was told that I felt it.
So how old's the baby now, Dan?
Baby's now 3 weeks old.
Wow. What a time to come, eh? 3 weeks
old,
and then doing the... Did you have second thoughts about doing the marathon?
No, I had to get home straight for my kids, so that's a bit of motivation to get home and get round. But I would never let anyone down. Once I start up to something, I'll always finish it.
Okay, mate. So you didn't do any training. So did that give you a little bit of fear about... I mean, you're a fit young lad anyway, but did you have any doubts about, am I going to be able to do this? So, 26 miles is a hell of a thing, isn't it?
No, I'm one of them people, as I say, once I start that, I will crawl around if I had to. I've got that mentality of you will get to that finish line. However, one way or another, you will. I've done I keep saying, I've done the Keswick to Barra 14 times. That's 40 odd miles. I know I've got it in my legs. I can even walk it if I had to walk it.
Yeah.
And yeah, but it's just, you've got to try your best when you're trying.
So if you've done Barra Keswick 14 times, London Marathon's a piece of cake, is it?
Not really. Still got some mentality to keep going.
No. Right, so take us back to last week then, Dan. When did you go to London and how did you get there?
So, I was originally meant to go down with my wife and stay in a hotel with Rutland. But as we said, my little boy was born, so it was just me travelling down on my own. I met, luckily, my dad's family friends, Derek and Jackie. They live just outside London.
Right.
And they were like, don't bother, you come and stay with us, we'll pick you up from the train station and you can stay with us for the night, we'll feed you and we'll get you to the underground on the morning so you can get to the start. I was like, oh, brilliant. So I did that.
So Saturday morning, you went to Barrow Station and you got on a train to London. Is that the...
Yeah, so Saturday morning, I got on the train at 6 a.m. Got transferred through Preston, switched from Preston straight across to London Euston.
Yeah.
Then I had to go get on the underground straight to the XL to pick up my number and swipe in, get rid of all my clothes that I needed for Sunday. And then after that, I got picked up. Well, I got the train to where they live and stayed there and just chilled for the night and had some lovely food.
All right. So just talk us about that visit to the XL Centre then, Dan. I think that's where the Sky stuff is, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
Yep. Is it opposite the Millennium Dome?
It's right across from it. It is massive. I mean, it's like a marathon in itself, trying to get around the spot.
So you had to go there to what? To register and say, I'm here, I'm ready to go. And what? You had to hand some of your clothes in for the next day?
Yeah, so because you've got, after your marathon, you'll be like running, and they have a bag ready for you with your medal, your T-shirt, and then you change your clothes so you can get changed and be freshened up and everything. I've got to admit, though, the London Marathon has been well organised this year with the COVID side of things. They wanted a negative test before you walked in the XL, right. A negative shown at when you were getting your number. Always constantly checking. And, yeah, you had to queue in, drop stuff off, and then go from there.
Right. So you knew about these COVID regulations before you went,
so
obviously.
We had all these emails. A lot of emails like being up saying, you must have this, you must have that. If you don't have this, you have to go and get this done before you can come in. Very, very well done, well organised.
So then, obviously, after you'd done that, then you went to your relatives in the outskirts of London, and you stopped there Saturday night, yeah?
Yep. Oh, yeah. And they were like, what do you want for food? I was like, I'll eat anything. Oh, he went and did his research and everything. He went out and he found all these superfoods. Like, he got me potatoes and all the tuna and avocado salad and stuff. I was like, oh, thanks. Yeah, I'll eat all this.
You didn't have any beer, did you?
No, I didn't. I was dying to, but no, he gets in. No, I better not.
Right, Dan. So Sunday morning, you wake up. Was it sunny last Sunday? Was it?
It was brilliant because Saturday was absolutely soaking.
Oh yeah.
But on the Sunday morning, it was just cloud for a while, and then sun breaking. So I was like, "Oh, this is really good conditions to start go out running."
So temperature. What was the temperature about? It's a bit warmer down there.
16 degrees down there, which was lovely temperature, really.
Yeah.
Met a load of people on the underground, so it's like a herd of sheep at the end. You see one person, you're like, right, follow them. We're going that way because they're all like 3 different starts. So you just different colours waves and you follow them.
So you get up Sunday morning, you have to get the underground here.
Yep.
So what time was that?
That was about 7:30 in the morning.
Okay. So you had to go the Excel Centre again, did you?
No, that we just got on the underground to Greenwich where the start is normally. So that's like the start of the marathon. But what is good with the underground, on the marathon day, they don't charge you to go on the underground. It's just, if you show your participant number, just wave you through and straight on. Very, really nice of them. And the same when you finish.
So you get off at Greenwich.
Yep.
And did you say there's 3 different starts? How do you know where you are?
So we've got all on our bibs, they'll have our numbers and colours. So there'll be green zone, red zone, and blue zone. I was in the blue zone. So you just follow them and you get diverted off to like the blue holding point for everyone who's got to be running for different waves from there, because they got put in different waves this year. So like 1,000 would go at a time.
And what time did the marathon start? Was it about 10 o'clock or something?
Well, the elites and that went about 9:30, 10:15, and then they started getting all the waves away from about 10 o'clock. And our wave was about 10:30 when we got going.
Right. So you were there for at least a couple of hours before you started to run?
Yeah.
So what are you doing in those 2 hours? You standing around waiting to go? Were you
stretching? Try and find people you may know. It's just great to talk to people you don't even know. Like encourage them, like, oh, I've done this many times. I've not done it. I'm so excited about this, and you're looking out for that. And then it's just fantastic to see so many people, just all different like walks of life, just come and talk to you. Really, it's really brilliant.
Now, did you have a Rob Burrow shirt on, Dan? Did you run in that?
So yeah, as we know, Rob Burrow donated his playing shirt to me, but there was not a chance that would fit me in a month of Sundays. He's such a small guy. So I found the shirt that he donated that someone was selling. So I bought it. So and then I got it all signed up, Rob Burrow on the back, and why I was doing it, and the text number on the back so people could text whilst I was running.
Right, yeah, fantastic. Now, so when you're there, was there anyone else associated with the Rob Burrow cause at all?
Yes, believe it or not, Kevin Sinfield was running the London Marathon.
Right.
And I also heard Jamie Peacock was running the London Marathon. So I was like, oh, I'd love to meet them, but they're like the elites. They were gone.
Oh. So did you see anyone famous while you were hanging around? Because there's a lot of celebrities run the London Marathon, isn't there?
Yeah, there is, but I sadly did not see any this year. It was quite upsetting. I was more happy that I did get on telly.
So you're in the blue zone then, Dan. It's 10:30. They say, right, well, off you go, and you start running with thousands of other people. So
yeah, as I said, because the waves are in about 1,000 per group. There's 1,000. Met another lass called Julie from M&D who was running. She had orange hair, and she was like proper blue and orange, proper promoting M&D. I was like, I'm running with you for the first bit, because I've spoke to her before, and she's like, yeah, all right, great. Then we just started running. But then I thought, this shirt I've got on's thick and heavy. It's proper old school. This is going to be fun.
So did you keep it on?
Yeah, I kept the whole thing on the whole time.
Oh, dear. So when you set off those first 2 or 3 miles, I'm assuming there's loads of people along the route and cheering. And
from the get-go, there's people cheering you on the whole way. And as you get further into the course, there's just more people. And it's such a good feeling. People cheering on you don't even know, and they spur you on. To be fair.
So during the race, is there any time at all that you're thinking, "Oh, this isn't going so good," or "Oh, that hurts a bit," or I mean, do any of those thoughts come into your head?
Yeah, a lot. At first, I'm thinking, please, let's just see how far I can get. I ran for the first 8-9 miles, and then come mile 10, 11, I thought, right now it's starting to pull. I feel things starting to tighten up on me now because they've not done the proper training. And I said, but I'm going to keep going. I'll keep going. Got to I got halfway and someone collapsed in front of me. I had to do a bit of first aid on them, help them out. But they got, luckily, because there's so many marshals about, they came over straight away, got them going. I carried on. Come mile 14, my groin pulled. So I was like, right, I can't carry running at this pace anymore. So I started walking, running, mostly running downhill. It's easier running downhill than uphill. But then I was overwhelmed, really, to be fair. Because when you hit the wall, and you do, mile 19, 20, and your watch is telling you you've done 22 miles, you're thinking, what's going on here? But the support, I'll tell you what, the support is the best thing you'll ever experience, ever.
So are you telling me that the marathon's actually longer than 26 miles, is it?
No, I figured out there's a blue marker they line out that says is perfect for keeping to get you 26.2. But no, me zigzagging, talking to people as you do. Well, that's how I do, should I say. And just talking to people and try to get around people, it just adds up. And that is a bit, that does get upsetting though when you're thinking, why does it say I've done 28 miles at the end of the
Too much chatting down there.
That's it.
So what were some of the highlights then during that 26 mile? Was there anything that was unusual? Did you pass any sights that you've not seen before?
It's all brilliant sightseeing wise because you always forget what you've been and seen, but it's like Tower Bridge. Now that is amazing. I witnessed a lady running across this bridge with me and she cried and she went, that was by far the best experience of my life. I'll wait till you get to the finish line because it is such an overwhelming thing. You see some amazing people doing fancy dress for Guinness World Records.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. I'm thinking of someone like little rhinos running past me. I'm thinking, what on earth is that? So that's a bit of a thing that's
I guess they were from Leeds, were they?
Yeah, they were probably.
As long as it wasn't Dalton Zoo, mate, that's the main thing, isn't it?
That's very true, very true. But I did like the way people will try to cheer you on because you've got your name on the front. So they're like, yeah, go on, Dan. Yeah, thanks. Or go on, Leeds. Yeah, go on, Leeds Rhinos. And then you get some people going, we don't like Leeds. We're Saints fans. So I just turn around and go, this is for him. And they're like, total respect for you.
So the end of the race, Danny's where is it? It's near Buckingham Palace, isn't it?
It is, yeah. Right up the road from it.
So in that last mile or two, you must be in a great place then in your head. You must be thinking, I've done this and I'm going to enjoy this last couple of miles, yeah?
It's at mile 24, 25, I was struggling at that point. I had to walk quite a little bit that bit. But as soon as it's in mile 25 and you see Big Ben, you're thinking, that's it. I've got less than a mile and I'm going to get going here. And then they, as I said, the crowd, I don't know anybody, and they'll just absolutely cheering you on to get going. And your just body takes over. You're like, yeah, I'm going. And you get that final, you see the 600 meter mark, you're thinking, go for it now. And then you get to the final, you can see the straight and you can see the finish. Off you go.
So you pass over the finishing line.
Yep.
And then what happens? Did he cover you in tinfoil or something?
They've got so many helpers there. They offer you tinfoil. They ask if you need any medical help. You've got to take your time. There's got water, juice, anything you need really. Then you just start walking up towards where your kit bags are all being dropped off. You get your medal, your T-shirt, and you can just slowly make your way, stretch out, and go towards meet your family, because family can't come past a certain point because of restrictions and stuff. So,
all right. So all the stuff that you've dropped off, the Excel Centre, was it?
Yep.
That's waiting for you at the finishing line, is it?
Yeah. They get put on in crates and then taken by lorries all the way down to finish for us.
So there's thousands of these crates, and one of them's got your name on. Is that?
Yep, and our number.
Wow. So
very well organised.
So how far away is the crate from the finishing line? You didn't have to run another mile, did you?
Well, put it this way: the first one was 0. I was 400 and something. Yeah, it wasn't that bad, actually.
So you managed to get to your crate then, eh?
I did, yeah. But then my wife was ringing, going, "Yeah, trains. Don't forget, you got to get training." I'm looking. I'm like, I've got to get home. So I had to rush straight from there to the underground to make sure I've got my connection train home.
Wow. So how long did you do the marathon in then, Dan? How many hours was it?
So my 26.2 miles, I did it in 5 hours 40, but because I was doing it the 28, it was 6 hours 20.
Wow. So they've got you down for 6 hours. And how does that compare with the previous 2 runs?
A lot longer.
We're getting older now, mate. Eh?
I'm getting older, no training, and that was just stupid. But if I did the training, as I said, training pays off normally. But I enjoyed the experience.
Well, if you had done the training, Dan, what would you have done? Do you have to go out 2 or 3 nights a week for a couple of months before or something?
You'd have to build it up. There's they give you like a training plan of what you should be doing and how many miles you should be going up to, and slowly build yourself up and then tapering off. And I did none of that, so I should have, really.
Now, 5 hours, 6 hours isn't bad, is it?
No. Some people were doing it in 8, I believe. But the last people that walked in said they were going to do it, and they did it. So hats off to anybody that's ever done it.
So did you know where you actually came? You know, what were you, like 15,000th or something, or what?
I have no idea. All I know is that I'm bothered what position I came. It's more of I finished it and I have raised a lot of money for Motor Neurone Disease. And I think that's mentality of things. If try to get, like, you want to do what you can because so many people have supported you with your fundraising.
So what do you get at the end then, Dan? Do you say you get a medal and do you get a certificate or something, or?
So you get a medal, it changes each year, which is an amazing medal. You get a bottle of water, a bottle of Lucasade, you get a foil, you get a chocolate bar, like a bar, like an energy bar.
Oh, right.
And then you got your clothes and stuff. And the T-shirts.
So they give you a little doggy bag then full of stuff, huh?
Yeah.
So then after you'd picked up all your gear, you then had to go to the underground from where you were, near Buckingham Palace way, around there. What's the underground station? Did you know?
Oxford Piccadilly.
All right, okay. Wow. So you went on there to Euston, was it?
I had to get there, to switch on a train to Euston grounds, and then walk from there to the train station from there.
So then you got on the train to, Lancaster, was it? Or
I was going to Lancaster, but luckily my friend messaged me saying, what time are you on back home and that? I thought, this is my train. I went, awful, innit, trains? And my wife had organised with Lee Jury.
Yes.
And I'm getting trains pulling into Lancaster, and there he is, just waving at me. I'm like, where are you going? He's like, I've come to pick you up because the trains are cancelled from back to Barrow. I was like, oh, mate. He says, I thought you were a bit of luxury as well, so he went and bought me a KFC, a bottle of bun, and an iron brew. And I was like, this is heaven.
They're the kind of mates you want, mate, eh?
Oh, you don't get many of them, but that was a little godsend, that.
Absolutely fabulous. So then, how much did you sort of raise from your exploits then?
Well, I had a target for my London Marathon fundraising to get to 3,000. That got smashed by 3,184, something like that. And the Rob Burrow shirt, originally I had down for 777. which is Rob Burrow's number. But
right.
that got surpassed straight away to 1,000. So I'll try and put it to 1,000. I went past 1,000. It currently raised £1,340.
Wow. That's fantastic.
So that's amazing. And then I was looking, and we've realised for the total since 2017, we were on 24,800 and something raised. And after the marathon, it was on 25,260 something pounds.
Wow. Now, I do realise that this Saturday it's the grand final, of course, at Old Trafford. And I believe some of Rob Burrow's ex-colleagues and that, and I know Barry McDermott's doing it. He does the commentary on Sky. They're going in the canoes, aren't they, on the canal?
Yeah, they're going the row, yes.
Did you not fancy doing that as well, Dan?
I think the wife would kill me. So, I will do some things in the future, but we'll see what comes up.
So that was going to be my next question then, Dan. Looking towards the future, I mean, after you've done these things, you must feel, I don't know, you must feel top of the world, do you?
Best things in the world. But completing something and spreading awareness is the best feeling you can ever get. So it just spurs you to do a bit more, really. It's but
there's not many people like you would do stuff like this, is there, really? You are quite unique, aren't you?
I wouldn't say that. I'm just one of them idiots that'll do things to try and raise money for charity, and I'll keep going. I've got that. That mentality I like to do, things I enjoy.
So what are your plans then? Is there anything in your head at the moment that you'd like to do?
Actually, there is some things I've got coming up. Well, me and the wife have entered the ballot for the London Marathon for next year. So
wow,
we'll see how that goes. My wife's going to be doing a skydive next year.
Wow.
So
you've done that, haven't you?
I've done that. One of the best experiences ever. If you ever go do that, get that done. I'm doing a toy collection for the children's ward for Christmas Eve.
Yep.
So I've just asked people if they get an extra toy back when they're going out buying some toys for any boys and girls at any age, because as we know, some kids will be in hospital on Christmas, so it's nice for them to have a toy to open. So just a nice little thing to do. And also I've got my club land night that I'll be doing next March. That'll be for all raised for Motor Neurone Disease.
Where's that being held on?
That'll be at Manhattan's on the 25th of March.
Manhattan's? Is it still open?
It is.
Wow. Manhattan's,
yeah. Yeah, it'll be a good night, that.
Used to be Champers, that, in the good old days, you know.
I'm not that old.
Well, ask your dad about it.
I will do, yeah.
So what happened to the shirt then, Dan? Is there an auction? Has somebody won it? Or
so the raffle's getting drawn today at 5 p.m. It'll be done live because we've got the lad from MND to do the draw. So because he's impartial to it also, it's all fair, above board. He'll do an introduction to himself because he's been supporting me with my London Marathon efforts. And then the draw will be then, and we'll let them know, whoever wins, let them know.
Fantastic. And does Rob Burrow know all about this?
He does, yeah. He's been in contact and he's been saying well done with the fundraising, and a load of people like Robert Dermott's been tweeting saying congratulations and everything. So Brad Singleton's been amazing. He signed it and been sharing everything over Facebook as well and on Twitter, which is really appreciated.
Have you met Rob Burrow yet, Dan?
No, I'm going to the grand final on Saturday. I might push my luck and try my effort to see if I could meet him.
Well, definitely, that would be fantastic, wouldn't it? I mean,
it'd be an amazing thing if it could be done.
Yeah, somebody like yourself doing all this fabulous stuff. I mean, to meet Rob Burrow, that'd be great, wouldn't it?
That'd be like the icing on the top, cherry on top.
Yeah, it's sad to see, really, isn't it? Compared to how he was in his heyday, it's a terrible disease, isn't it?
It is.
Right, Dan, so final question then. So if there's any listeners out there that want to really do the London Marathon, I'm sure there's thousands that would love to do it. What tips would you give them? I mean, obviously, there's yeah. but the application's all online and everything, isn't it?
Everything's online now. If they want to do it, get themselves to go on now, because the shut-off date is end of October, I believe. So
right. So there is a cut-off date, yeah?
Yeah, and then once they've entered the ballot, they'll get sent an email confirmation, and they'll tell them when they're going to be doing the ballot thing, and they'll get a confirmation. I think it's April now, because the London Marathon's staying in October next year. So they'll know in April if they've been successful or not. But make sure they do the training, because they'll end up sore like me otherwise. And don't wish shot on anybody.
How long is it going to take you to get back to normal?
I'm all right. I'm back to normal now. It's took me a day and a half, but I think the first day I was okay. I was up and moving, but second day, because my body just didn't like me then.
All right then, Dan. So it's good for you to talk. Thanks for coming on Can Do FM. Absolutely terrific effort and all the fundraising that you've done for Motor Neurone Disease cause. And just get back in touch at any time and let us know when you're going to do something else.
Oh, of course, will. But I could also say, if you don't get successful for London Marathon, there are plenty of marathons around the country that are all willing to do. York Marathon's coming up, and Manchester Marathon's coming up as well.
All right.
And there's a load of local marathons that are about. So I'd recommend anybody just have a go at a marathon. But Manchester, if you want a flat one, go to Manchester. I think Matt Robson's actually doing Manchester Marathon this year. So see you next year, one of them.
Have you done the Great North Run? That's a half marathon, isn't it, Dan?
That is, yeah. That is, you want to do a half marathon, probably one of the most iconic ones is the Great North Run. Try and apply for that. It's brilliant.
You've done that before, yeah?
I've done it 4 times. And 3 of them I've done it in fancy dress.
Now, are you going to go to that Oktoberfest at Craven Park?
Oh, I'm going to have to drag my dad down.
All right, Dan. We'll look forward to seeing you next season in the championship at Craven Park, mate. That should be good fun again, eh?
Oh, back to the old days. It's got to be done.
All right. Well, best of luck, Dan. Thanks very much for coming on, mate.
Oh, thanks very much, Phil.
Right, I've ended the meeting, Dan. Thanks very much again. Was that okay?
That's bro.
Yeah, it was interesting. So hopefully we'll get a lot of views on there. It'll be on Facebook on Thursday night, and it'll be on at 6 o'clock on the radio. Yeah.
Yeah, bro.
And we'll see you next season.
Oh, you will.
They better get some classy players, mate, because we don't want to witness any 70-0s, do we?
No, we don't. We don't.
It's, Anyway, 2 good games coming. Well, there's 3 good games at the weekend, isn't there? Catalan, you're going here?
I'm going, yeah.
Okay, and then there's Featherstone, Toulouse Sunday, isn't there? And Workington, Doncaster.
Yeah, come on, Doncaster.
Did you see that game, Keighley Doncaster?
No, I didn't.
Honestly, if you get the chance, go on our league or whatever, highlights. It was a most fantastic finish to a rugby league game you'll ever see in your life.
Oh, right, cool. I'll have a look at that.
It was like 26-12 to Keighley with 10 minutes left, and they got beat. Doncaster were fantastic.
Oh, I'll have to have a look at that then.
All right, Dan, thanks very much, mate.
No worries, bud. Cheers, pal.
All the best.